Well, it's my great pleasure and honor to welcome you and congratulate you all participants in the 4th International Symposium of Human Survivability. I also wish to express my special thanks to the distinguished guest, the keynote lecturer today, Dr. Felix Christian Matthias from Germany, and the Institute of the Applied Ecology, and the speakers for the tomorrow discussion on economic and environmental and technical aspects of the global energy transformation. This is the 4th symposium being organized by the Graduate School of Advanced Integrated Studies in Human Survivability of Kyoto University. So let me explain a little about the graduate school. The Graduate School of Advanced Integrated Studies in Human Survivability was established 2 years ago in the spring of 2014 with the mission of cultivating students to the next generation leaders who can deal with complex social issues in both Japan and in international context. The educational program at our graduate school is supported by the leading graduate program of the Japanese Ministry of Education. The program is a 5-year seamless PhD course that integrates the advanced expertise, learning liberal arts, and practicing. Special emphasis is put on the training of the multidisciplinary knowledge and thinking, honing of an international mindset and social skills, and practical education, that is, thinking logically about the complex social issues and discovering the solution, applying them in the field. Let me talk a bit on the human survivability studies in these opportunities. The scholarship has been driven by intellectual curiosity, philosophy, and the science in Greek at the start, and then various disciplines such as humanities, social sciences, and natural sciences have been developed. Each discipline has been deepened by its own, but then they are highly disintegrated in modern times. We now try to cover the interdisciplinary fields. However, these efforts tend to accelerate the further fragmentations and disintegration of the disciplines when they are approved to be a new field of the studies and individually developed by themselves. The crisis of the population explosion, energy shortages, and climate changes and related environmental problems we face up at this moment are the complicated issues being connected with each other and are difficult to be resolved only in a simple disciplinary approach, but multidisciplinary approach are necessary. Our graduate school aims to establish the human survivability studies on the global issues by practical application with a holistic approach. What are the human survivability studies? Why it's necessary? The human survivability studies are the transdisciplinary fields of the studies which cover the global issues with a broad spectrum such as culture, industries, economics, and nations. Human survivability studies aim to address and resolve the complex structural issues now facing the global communities with the approach involving the integration of the various disciplines, both in natural sciences and social sciences. And thus are the systems of the studies on the survivals of the individuals, communities, and industrial social systems, as well as their future developments. Some 10 years ago, the Science Council of Japan published the Japanese perspective, where it emphasizes the perspective views in the space, time, and society, analyzing the nature which is composed of the geosphere, biosphere, and atmosphere, even hydrosphere, and the human activities in the present, then simulating the near future by collecting the facts and trends in the quantitative method. On the other hand, being based on the image and vision we expect, vision-oriented and propose-based research using the backcasting process are effective for long-term strategic researches. Human survivability studies include to develop the philosophy, methodology, and application to resolve with such complex social issues. Philosophy is the vision and concept of the human survivability studies, and methodology is based on the science starting from the problem setting, and the application are the case studies on the solution findings, leading policy making, adapting technology, innovation, transformation, etc. in various fields. Methods of science start at the problem setting with a certain target of nature, society, and humanities in the scale of individuals, regions, states, and even globes under the boundaries of time and space. We check at the same time the originality, objectives, and its goal in such problem setting as well. Then we collect the data and do some survey and observation and experiments and modeling when it is the social issues. Investigation by hearing is important. The collected data are analyzed by simulation or future scenario. Those are forecasting or the backcasting. Finally, we identify the conclusions we reached and then back to the new problem settings based on the facts or conclusions we obtained. The method of human survivability studies are based on the similar methodology of the science and philosophy. It is a data-based science trying to collect of the metadata, and it's also the kind of the field science in macroscopic and microscopic views. Collecting, analyzing, evaluating the case studies in various disciplines, doing a survey in the field to structuralize, generalize knowledge for human survivability. We'd like to collect and integrate the case studies and then to apply such knowledge to the real fields as policy making and adaptive technology for future developments. Survivability is rather similar concept of the sustainability. Both are very conceptual. Sustainability is deeply connected with the United Nations target, such as Millennium Development Goals, and now the Sustainable Development Goals. human survivability take up the rather urgent and direct issues for human existence, such as security of the food, water, and energy, security and regional conflict, pandemic and healthcare, and disaster prevention. It includes the development of the philosophy, methodology, and policy adaptive technology, and transformation and innovation in industrial and social systems. Sustainability studies emphasize the practicing and fieldworks as well in the nature and human societies. Our graduate school tried to develop the data-dependent depository banks and set up the issue-based research such as green economy, networking, innovation, philosophies, and international cooperations. Faculty members and students from various fields who are interested in get together in seminars and discuss at certain issues. Let me introduce an example on international cooperation which has been started last year. This is a survey of good practicing on link model, that is Bangladesh Participatory Rural Development Project in cooperation with Japan International Cooperation Agency and the Bangladesh Rural Development Board. Link model is a system to link the public services to rural people in small villages in Bangladesh, being connected to the vertical link between public services and villages with the horizontal link among the public officers of the small administrative unit in order to achieve the minor but useful infrastructure and extension services such as village road, well, and small village building. This system aims to promote community development and rural development in Bangladesh by taking available government services to the people and ensuring the participation of the rural people, transparency, and accountability in the development processes. Link model was originally developed by the JICA program under the support of Kyoto University faculty members in some 1980s and has been practiced for more than 25 years in Bangladesh rural area. This summer, our students took a field survey for a month in rural area in Bangladesh. They collect the data and information in villages by the systematic field survey under the interviews, mapping, and discussions to the villages and village committee chairman, village committee members, and union developmental officers. Then they try to extract the important elements in each case study to identify and characterize the good, successful practicing, to inspect the framework and structure of the link model, key persons, etc., and to set up the hypothesis on rural development pathway in active participation of the rural people. Well, we'll continue to investigate the case studies of good practicing in link model to generalize and improve the system, then to apply to the wider area in Bangladesh for further development. Well, today we are going to have a symposium on global energy transformation. Throughout this symposium, I would expect to get fruitful discussion on energy transformation toward the green economy for our future. Well, thank you very much for your attention.